Hi, I'm Paul Psolka, IB Masters Learning Center and IBMasters.com, and today we're going to look at the 7th question from Digital SAT Test 3, Module 1. Number 7 reads, the graphs of the given equations in xy plane intersect at point xy. What's the possible value of x? Could you solve by hand? Yeah, you can. But using Desmos is like legal cheating. Now, when you put it into Desmos, it's a system of equations. So systems of equations you can always solve pretty easily in Desmos. Always graph the systems of equations. The intersection points are your solutions. And the other reason we want to graph it, because there's a little trick with the tilde that I'm going to show you, but you don't want to use that here when you have a quadratic, when you've got anything that's squared, anything that's an exponent. So anyway, let's go to the Desmos. Now, if you type y equals 76, it gives you the slider. Just leave it at 76 because that's what y is for this question. And then you type the other equation, y equals x squared minus 5. Now you see the parabola, but you don't see the line. So what do? You got to zoom out. And if you hit the minus 1, 2, 3, 4, there you go. And we know that y is 76. The question's asking for x. So your x here is 9 and your x here is negative 9. So when we go to the answer choices here, boom, negative 9 is your answer and you're done. Okay, what are some alternatives here? So one alternative is, if you know Desmos with the tilde, once you've got since y equals 76, I can replace y with 76. But the problem using Desmos, well, you could do it like this on a graph. Quadratics, you always want a graph. Boom, you see it's negative 9 and it's positive 9. Again, you have your answer. But you don't want to use a tilde here. If I use the tilde, I'd have to put x1 instead of x. Use the tilde whenever you're solving for a single variable. And x and y are reserved for the graph, so you got to put x1 and y1 in there. It'll give you an answer. It'll give you 9. But when you go to the answer choices, 9 is not an answer. And that's the danger of using the tilde when you have a quadratic, when you have anything squared. So always graph anything you have, anytime you have something squared. Okay, now lastly, we could also solve this by hand. If we did solve it by hand, since y equals 76 in place of y, we're going to put 76. And then we get 76 equals x squared minus 5. And then we add 5 to both sides. This cancels. You get 81 equals x squared. When you take the square root, you've got to remember, if your x is 9, you get 81. If your x is negative 9 times itself is also 81. So that's why x equals 9 and negative 9. And once again, B is your answer. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with quadratic systems of equations. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Hit the bell button, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. And to check out our 1-minute video, go to YouTube, IB Masters Learning Center, find the playlist, and then find your test and module number. The shorter videos are just below these longer videos. And have a great day.